So after I listen to the house that Jane built, I'm going to create a chart um, about my thinking about the book. So really, this is just a way to write down and document the thinking that goes on in my head while I'm reading. So it's basically just the conversation that happens between what's in the book, like what you're reading, and what goes on in your mind. Every time that we're reading, constant stuff is going through our mind, reactions, what we think, questions, if we agree with the characters, what we wonder about the characters or the story. So here's some prompts to think through while you're reading that can help you kind of jot down what you're thinking. So what is most important to remember? Thinking about an event that was important to the character, so something that the character thought was important. And then what made you write that down? What's your response to it? What do you think about it? Why do you think it was important? And what are your thoughts about what's happening in the story? So I listened to The House That Jane Built, and I'm going to have this chart where I'm going to write what happened and what it makes me think. So one of the first things that stood out to me that happened is that Jane saw these people in London that were begging for the rotten food, and Jane wondered what she could do to help the people she saw in London. And that makes me think that it's pretty cool that that's how Jane acts. Jane is very observant. She sees things really well, and she cares a lot about other people. She could have just ignored them. She decided to try to help them. Something else that happened later in the story is that Jane, once she built her house, or not really built it, but started her house, the whole house, she always left the doors unlocked. And this stood out to me because that's really rare. Like, we all the time are thinking about locking our doors to keep us safe. And especially if Jane bought this house in this bad part of town, she definitely want to lock her door, but she didn't, which is cool. So it stands out to me because this is different from what we do and what we're told to do. But it made people feel comfortable coming to the Hull House because she was so welcoming. And I want people to feel welcomed at my house. So I'm not thinking that means I should always leave my doors unlocked, but it makes me wonder, is there other ways to make people feel welcome in my house? And then lastly, another thing that happened that stood out to me is that this guy broke into the house, and instead of punishing the man that broke into the house, she gave him a job. So I really like the way that Jane sees people. She looks to fix problems instead of complain. And I wish more people thought and acted like Jane. So this was just an easy way to document what happened in the book and what it made me think.